Welcome to Football with Cheese. So in this video, I'm going to go over how well Jordan Love is playing and why people are not giving enough credit. I'm going to use analytics, stats, various things to prove my point. But if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you never miss a video. I cover all 32 teams on this channel. First thing I want to say about Jordan Love is, for some reason, every time he makes a mistake or a bad read, that's what the media talks about. Bozos like Rex Ryan, Chris Canty, Jeff Saturday, who have horrible takes, who should not be on TV, just complete morons. They find one bad game of Jordan Love or one or two bad passes and they focus on that. There were basically two bad decisions against the Bears. That's it. The entire game. He threw a really bad pick, and then he threw deep to Romeo Doubs, who was covered when he had Jaden Reed wide open in the middle field. Otherwise, it was a near-perfect game. I just don't understand why these people in the media just are obsessed with finding holes in Love's game. Maybe because Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers came before. They want to believe they got another really great quarterback, because they do. I don't hear anyone talking about Joe Burrow with one of the worst throws you've seen this year. Cost them the game against the Bills, a game they really needed to get back in the playoff hunt. No. Maybe because Joe Burrow's been to a Super Bowl? I don't know. They were in the same draft class? Just seems like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes can make mistakes. That's okay. They're elite quarterbacks. Jordan Love, who's having a better season than all four of them, by the way, gets no credit. And it's absolutely ridiculous. So, buckle up. I'm going to give you some stats. Where to begin? Let's start with the easy stats, okay? He is fourth in quarterback rating, which basically measures passing only. Now, it's not a perfect stat. If you have receivers who are good at yards after catch, or a bunch of guys that can catch it deep, so you're throwing a lot of touchdowns and your yards per attempt is high, you're going to have a high quarterback rating. QBR, Jordan Love is second. So QBR is very different. It's ESPN's formula. The problem with it is you can't really trust it. I don't know how ESPN scores it. They could change it every year. But the good thing about QBR is it takes into effect sacks, clutch performance, and quarterback scrambling. Quarterback rating is just passer. The problem is I don't think QBR puts enough emphasis on passing, because that's the most important thing. And they reward garbage time, because it puts emphasis on the fourth quarter. So if you do really well in garbage time, you're going to have a higher QBR. So in those two stats, both of them, he's top four. Let's get a little more specific. Jordan Love is in the top 5 in the NFL in all of these categories. EPA per play, he's first. That's expected points added. QBR, like I said, he's fourth. PFF passing grade, he's top 5. Completion percentage over expected. Big time throw percentage, adjusted completion percentage. He's top 5 in all of those analytical stats. Crazy. There's more. Oh, I got more. A game against the Steelers early this year, he was the first quarterback to ever do this. Complete 20 consecutive passes, throw for 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers, and take no sacks. No one has ever done that in a game in the history of the NFL. There's more about that game. I mentioned 20 straight completions. He had a 0.1% chance of completing all 20 of those passes in a row. That's how accurate he was in the game. A lot of those were very difficult throws. He was also 13 of 17 against man coverage in that game for 232 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's the most yards versus man in a game this season. There's more. Let's talk about the Thanksgiving game against the Lions. A very tough place to play. He totaled 234 yards, 4 touchdowns, despite targeting open receivers on a career low 20% of his attempts. So in all the games Jordan Love's played, 45 or 46 to be exact, something like that, it was the lowest percentage of open receivers in his career. And despite that, 4 touchdowns, no picks, and 4 passes that sailed over 20 yards in the air. Oh, there's more. Jordan Love has played on Thanksgiving each of his first 3 seasons. Twice in Detroit, like I said, very tough place to play. The other was Miami at home. His Thanksgiving stats, he's 3-0. He's 776 yards, 9 touchdowns, no interceptions, 127.8 passer rating. Oh, and I got to mention Toyotathon. If you don't know what Toyotathon is, it basically goes from mid-November to the end of the season. Jordan Love in Toyotathon, in his career, 28 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Yeah. He has the highest PFF passing grade in that time. He has the most deep completions, 31, or completions over 20 yards. And he's thrown for the most passing yards. He's so good down the stretch late in the season, and he plays in a lot of cold weather games too, which are harder to pass in. This is a really, really good quarterback. Am I ready to say he's a top 5 quarterback? Not quite yet. I'd like him to be a little more consistent. And it's a perfect time to show that he is a top 5 quarterback because he's playing in Denver. Very tough place to play. And Jordan Love's strength is a clean pocket. He's the best quarterback in the league if you look at all the analytical stats when he has a clean pocket and time to throw. He's also the best quarterback in the league against the blitz. I know it sounds kind of weird, but let me explain. He's so accurate throwing off his back foot. So standing in the pocket without anyone's face and then throwing off his back foot, he's deadly accurate. Where he struggles is when a team gets pressure with their front four and he has to move left or right. But that's it. Otherwise, he's elite in every other situation. And here's a team, Denver, that is so good at getting pressure on its front four. So the Bears couldn't get pressure. And they didn't want him to sit there in a clean pocket, so they started blitzing, and he torched him. It was a catch-22 for the Bears defense. We're not getting pressure, he's eating us alive. We're blitzing him, and he's destroying us. Because Christian Watson and Dontavian Wicks are great in man coverage. And when you blitz, typically you play man. And even if you play zone, you send 5 and drop in that quarter zone, that Steve Spagnuolo type defense. Romeo Doubs and Jaden Reed are very good at finding holes in the zone. That's 4 receivers. I'm not even talking about their first-round pick, Matthew Golden, who's now 5th on the depth chart. So Jordan Love has a really good, diverse group of receivers, and he's missing Tucker Kraft, one of the best tight ends in the league. And he's still putting up these numbers. Let's be honest, it's not a great offensive line. It's okay, but it's not great. Last thing I want to mention. Jordan Love struggled the first half of his rookie year. And he had a knee issue pretty much all of last year and hurt his elbow late. Since he came into the league, he is top 10 in all these categories. Yards, touchdowns, he's 4th, by the way. Fewest interceptions, fewest interception percentage, passer rating. Top 10 in all of those since he came into the league. And that's with the struggles early in his career. So the point I'm trying to make is he is for sure a top 10 quarterback and maybe a top 5 quarterback. If he torches Denver, if he goes for 3 touchdowns, no picks, 275 yards, something like that, just has an amazing game, then he is a top 5 quarterback. Because that is an elite defense. So what do you think down below? Where do you have Jordan Love ranked? Is he top 5, top 10? He's not outside the top 10. Bears trolls will have you believe otherwise. I want to hear from you in the comments down below. Who do you think wins this game? Broncos or Packers? Packers are favored on the road. A little surprised by 2.5. So Vegas really likes the Packers in this game. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. Really helps out the channel. Like I said, I cover all 32 teams on this channel. I talk college football, and big emphasis on the NFL draft. To share this with any football fan out there. Every Tuesday night, me and Mike, we do the Lights Out podcast. It's at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Link in the description. You can see it right here on the screen. We talk MLB, college football, and of course, NFL. If you have not, check out this video about Mike McDaniel, the Dolphins, and I'll see you in the next one.